Welcome to The Last Nerd. So, who am I? I'm Josh. I'm a filmmaker. I'm also a nerd. I really like sci-fi and fantasy stuff, and I've always really liked that since I was very little. My parents introduced me to my first PG film, which was The Dark Crystal, which just completely blew my mind with just how big the worlds were and how just like all this magic and stuff could happen. And then also Star Wars, of course. I was also introduced to board games and a little bit of video games, but it was in junior high and high school that I really started to get into what people would call nerdy stuff. I was introduced to Dungeons and Dragons. I was introduced to Star Wars miniatures. Star Wars miniatures was a miniature line made by Wizards of the Coast that came with a little game that you could, roll dice and you fight each other. It's kind of like, you could compare it to Kill Team, I guess. But then I put my nerdy side on the back burner to really focus on film, and I went to film school and all of that. But now, after graduating, I really want to share this side of me. I make art, I play video games, I play tabletop games. Something I've really gotten into over the past 2 years was warhammer and painting miniatures. See, in the past, I didn't really have to paint because Star Wars miniatures was already pre-painted, and the D&D miniatures that came out back in the early 2010s were also painted. You didn't have to paint them up or anything. So I didn't have an opportunity. I was just like very much into the gameplay. But now I'm very much into the hobby side of things. I love being a nerd because it's the best form of being passionate about something. Extremely passionate about something. In my case, it's sci-fi and fantasy and some 80s stuff and horror. And so that's why I wanted to create this channel. I wanted to create a space to show you what I am passionate about. I want to talk about movies. I want to talk about hobby stuff. I'm going to talk about everything. Things like dinosaurs or other 3D prints. Also my Necrons. Gotta paint those, base them, all that stuff. I also got a couple of diorama ideas that I really want to try out. Eventually, D&D. I've been playing since 4th edition, now I'm playing 5th edition, and I want to DM. There's also a ton of other interesting board games out there, and I want to play them. Movies. Yeah, I know I've said this before 1,000 times, but it's a no-brainer that got a lot of them, want to tell you about them. Today I want to show you what I'm starting with. I just recently moved, so everything is kind of everywhere here. There's a lot of boxes, still getting my stuff together. In the midst of all this, I have my video editing and gaming station. And right next to that is my hobby workshop. Check out all this stuff. Got a bunch of brushes, Mod Podge. I got one of those new things to paint. All my tools. R2D2 over there. He's just chilling. Over there is my mailbox. I'll get to that later. There's a lot of packages to open. But the real plan for the future is to move from this little space out in the open with all the packages to over there in this little abyss. In here is an old bedroom that, the previous owners of this house, I don't know, it's not that great, but after a little bit of cleaning up or something, might be worth it. As I mentioned earlier about board games, I actually have quite the collection already, but it's obviously still in boxes because I haven't really moved in yet. There's a lot of things that could happen with this channel, and it's kind of fun to have this kind of mystery element to it all. But at the core of it, it's all about creativity, and that's what I want to bring to this channel. Everything from these scratch builds and playing these games and sharing these stories that I have fallen in love with is something that I want to share with y'all, and I want to experience it together. Future goals with this channel is to eventually have battle reports. I love Warhammer 40k, and as of recording this video, I haven't been into it that long. I got into it back in 2020 when all the crazy stuff I'm not going to mention happened, and I fell in love with it. I want to make dioramas. I want to build tables of terrain and create these little worlds that are tangible. I know I'm not the only one. There's plenty of artists, including probably some of you watching this video, that craft such exquisite models and things in minute detail. I mean, look at the teeth on this thing. So if y'all can get behind the idea of this channel, I would really love to have you on board. Whether you're a hardcore nerd or if you're just interested in the topics on this channel, want to have you here. And also, I just want to celebrate us being able to explore these awesome, big, strange worlds that exist in pop culture and our imaginations. So starting out, we'll be posting videos every Friday at 10 a.m. Central Time. So if you enjoyed this video, please hit like and subscribe, and also hit that bell icon so you will never miss any of my videos that I upload. And if you're feeling lucky, hit that share button, and it will really help grow this channel. Thank you all, and I will see you all in the next video.